Good day. This is just a PowerPoint that's asking you to identify the functional group. You can do it at your own pace, pausing as you go. And if you want to name things where possible, you can do that as well. So we have R, COO, R prime. That means the carbon chains can be the same or different. And we see it's an ester. RCOH, think about it. And this is carboxylic acid. ROH, should know it from last year. And alcohol. When you see CHO, you say, oh, that's got to be a carbonyl group. End of chain, aldehyde. ROR prime, has to be an ether. Another carbonyl group, but not on the end of a chain, so it must be a ketone. Don't call it Cat1. You'll get used to this beast. What's going on here? Not a carboxylic acid. Has to be an ester. So here's our main chain, what used to be the carboxylic acid. And here's our alcohol part on the right. And you say, that's no sweat. And we look at this crazy, and we see the COO. Here we can tell this carbon has 4 bonds, because it's bonded to the O, the 2 hydrogens, and then there's a carbon-carbon bond. But here, it's kind of a giveaway. This carbon's bonded to that carbon. It's bonded to this oxygen, and it has to be double bonded to that oxygen. So it has to be an ester. And again, for fun, you could name it. No sweat there. Has to be carboxylic acid, COOH. We see our carbonyl at the end of a chain. Has to be an aldehyde. Another alcohol. And we say, hey, carbonyl group, got to be a ketone. And we see an OH, but this time off the middle of a chain. Has to be an alcohol, and we would have to put the location for that one. Ooh, that's a crazy one, but it's just going to be a nice fancy ketone, nice long chain. And if you really know what you're doing, you should be able to look at these quickly and get them. And we see COH has to be carboxylic acid. Ah, the mighty nitrogen, 3 bonds, 1 to that carbon, 1 to that carbon, 1 to that hydrogen. Has to be an amine. And we know that's going to be an aldehyde. And nitrogen again, so it's another amine. And we should be able to quickly look at that and say that's got to be an ester. And sooner or later we're going to be done. All this nonsense just to have an OH there. So we have a halogen, but the main thing is we have the alcohol. Oh, that was weird. Another carboxylic acid, and that's all she wrote.